put on all my Mets gear to go to school, being like, I go down with the ship, like, fuck you guys.
Oh,
and some guy told me he was gonna fuck my girlfriend in the ass. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. The whole gang together.
Whole gang.
Is Mascots done? Are you finished with the work?
No, we're still editing, but there's like
there must be a reason why he's back.
We'll postponed it.
Yeah, I
so
saw that.
It's postponed to next week.
To be honest, I feel like I saw that coming.
It's been coming for like 5 weeks. The fact that
it's even still
that Pavs made it
was
this far,
right?
Like after week 3, I was like, that kid's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better. I'm sure you agonized over it, but I think it's better to just be like, I need another week or whatever it is. Make it right. People will survive.
The walls were closing in on me. I was like, I can't. I'm in a bad place.
They were like I honestly, I think it was after episode 3, episode 4, where I was like, hey, really? How are you doing? And he's like, I'm fine. I was like, really? Because you don't look it, dude.
I pretty much live my life exclusively like that.
Yeah.
Like, with all decisions and all things where it's just like, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off. It's a horrible way to live. But there is part of me that, like, it's like you're living on the edge and it's kind of like, can I get it done? Can I not? Like, you're certainly not comfortable and you're not enjoying yourself. But if you do pull it off, you're like, holy shit, I pulled it off.
I was saying
not
that
a good
yesterday that, like, in my position right now, like, it kind of feels like, I don't know, just like a regular citizen in New York where it's like, I don't know, the Avengers were supposed to fix this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, what do you want me to do about it? The superheroes.
Go talk to Iron Man.
The superheroes should fucking handle it. You know? Dude, I'm a fucking delivery guy. What do you want me to do on this thing?
I can't believe that you went on tour, like, on top of that.
Tour is what really fucked it up. We were on good pace, and then tour was just like, because tour isn't just one night. I know it's a one show, but it's like a day of travel, day of this. You know,
plan it and do it.
Yeah, so
I always got to.
If we could redo it again, the tour was a very silly idea.
It was
to tour it during
release,
but
also
I
it's
love
smart,
doing the tour and I want to keep doing
and
that.
I do think it helps,
but to do it during was great. I don't know what we were thinking. That was crazy.
Well, you're not fucking editing. I can do it. You guys can do it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm just sitting there going, okay, yeah, let's do it, guys. Fucking assholes.
That is exactly what it is.
That
Speak up and tell us to shut the fuck up.
That's another thing that can apply to everybody in the world, even if you're not editing a TV show. People love to write checks that other people have to cash. Like, you don't know what I do.
Yeah.
And you don't know, and I don't know what you do. And like, you need to be respectful of that.
100%.
It's like, oh, well, my job's done. You'll get yours done, right? It's like, ours are wildly different.
At one point, he was like editing, and I had like was scrolling, and I saw like somebody had a tattoo that looked like a penis, and so I like tapped him, and I was like, "Man, look at this penis-looking tattoo." Was so deep in the editing hole and like was so locked in, he'd not really
been up for like 3 days straight. I like turned around, I was like, what was that? Don't ever bring that shit on my desk again.
And I was like, sorry. I was like, carry on.
Bro, there was so many times over the last like couple months where some of the guys would be like, hey, Pabs, can you like create a graphic for this episode of the Mets podcast or like our watch party? And I was like, oh, that's like 1 millionth on the list of what Pabs needs to be worrying about.
I was saying the other night in Chicago, I was like standing next to him right before the show started. And just like sometimes you just kind of make conversation. And I almost asked him like, "So you check out Black Rabbit yet?"
I've checked out one show. Hours.
Just wondering, have you had a moment of personal time?
It's been nice to like miss the Mets collapse through all of this. I can't lie. Like, I kind of missed all of it.
I will say that being an adult or like having responsibility, it makes it not easier, but just like it's a non-negotiable that you have to keep going. You can't let sports. I remember when it's not even my team. I remember when the Yankees beat the Red Sox in 2003, the Wakefield, the Aaron Boone home run. The next day, I canceled everything. I mean, it's just college, but like at the time, that's what's important to you. I didn't go to any classes. I didn't do the whole day. I was like, I'm done, and I just sat in my bed and like stared at the ceiling like just a depressed piece of shit. And when you're a kid and all you do, you watch 162 games and it's just like you don't have any reason to like pull you out of the depression. You're just like, oh, I'm just going to be in this depressed hole over a baseball game. But when you have a project or kids or a job or something that's like, okay, well, I have to be an adult here.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit, again, not easier, but it's just like, okay, I have to do this.
I think the greatest lesson I ever learned in life is just you still got to go to work tomorrow.
Yep.
Like no matter what happens.
Yep.
You have to go to work tomorrow.
And it's
There's like nothing that will happen in your life from like unless you
like a death.
hit
That's
the
about it.
trillionaire lot. Like there are probably 5 days in your life where something either amazing or horrible won't happen to you, and the end result is I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yep.
Like there's very few massive events. Everything else is
And not only is that out of a sense of like duty and responsibility, where it's like somebody's paying me or somebody's counting on me and I have to. That's one reason. But also you should go because it will get you out of your dumb sports depression.
Right.
Like I can't just sit here and replay the Mets season in my head because I have to edit my show or do the podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the more you do in life, the less you can hyper fixate on like one thing. Same thing. It's like if you're upset with like you don't have a relationship in your life, it's like you can sit there and focus on like that all the time, or you can go live life. You don't like your job, like you can just be shitty about it all every day, or you can go do other stuff that gets your mind off of it or whatever, you know. But sports is the worst.
You had such a tonal shift.
I know.
Yeah,
You're like,
Trying.
everything's gonna be great, and then anyway. So the topic we have to talk about.
I started listing things last night that like are good about my life. That's how down I was. I made a long list of all the things that I'm like, I'm pretty blessed.
I was like, I have amazing kids. I have an amazing job. I'm like, as I'm doing my video, I'm like walking around this property that, granted, the house is a nightmare, but it's like these are like, I have amazing friends. I have a great family. I have like all of the things that are such a blessing that other people would kill for. And I just take them all for granted because there's this one little silly thing I want and I can't get it. I don't know the answer yet, and I don't even know if I want to do it right here because I think I need to like take time and figure it out. I want to make a video. I want to like diagnose myself, write a blog, write a fucking book, right? Like, why am I this way, and thereby why is everybody else this way? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's such a crazy thing and such a crazy way to be and behave that I think it needs to be like studied by science. Like, why are we this way? Like,
it's so crazy that you like just stop having like just give it up.
Well,
but that's part of it. Like it's something so weird that first of all you have no control over it.
Yeah.
You cannot help it or make it worse in any way. You're just relying upon other people to do this very silly, weird thing, knock a ball around and run around the field, and you put like all of your happiness into it. But like I think there's something there, at least I know for me, I think there's something, it's representative, you know what I mean? It's like I think for me, where I wanted to start my little like psychological trip is like I think living in Yankee territory fucked me. Like it made me, you know, because then, and I think even at Barstool it became like, I'm from New York, you guys are Boston. You win, I lose. And it was like this thing that I need to achieve or overcome, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like that in school, and it's like that in my adult life. So I think like inherently that's where at least my issues come from. And then I think there's a million more. It's like it's something that my family does, and it's something like actually growing up I didn't have a lot of Mets fans friends, so it was only like me and a couple people. So then that makes it weird. I don't know, there's just a million factors that I'm like, why am I this fucking weird?
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Isn't it? Right. Yeah.
I think it's interesting figuring out like why do I work like this?
Yeah. Well, what happened was I said to myself, if I didn't work at Barstool, would I still be this way? Because I think a big part of it is like you do better at work.
Yeah.
You get more attention and it's considered like a win. Like I think there are people at the company and the fans who like, if you root for loser teams, you are a loser. As a person, it's like, wait, no, that's not me.
Wait,
it's like it's just my team is bad. But I think people act, and if you're a winner, if your teams win, you're like that guy wins. It's like none of this is actually who we are as people. But I think that it feels that way.
You said that before, and that stuck with me. That was something where I was like, I think you said like, Dave thinks I'm a loser because my teams lose. And I always remember that because I was like, I think he's right, and that's insane. But I think they might be right now. Like when it happened again. So let me take you through my yesterday, because I've noticed this in life. Like I've noticed just that like as I get older, everything is just the same. Like it's just the same.
That's a big part of it for me too. It's
like life is the same.
Yeah.
Guys, this is
I mean it positively. Like then you get better at it because you're like, oh, like you're like, oh, I've already done this.
Well, that part. Yeah.
Like so you start seeing patterns and you're like, I've already done this. I know how to beat this level now. And with sports, yesterday in particular, I was just like, oh, it's happening again. Pats are good. Red Sox are good. Mets stink. Jets stink. Bears stink. I was like, it's just happening.
Time
again.
is a flat circle.
I was like, it's happening again.
Yeah.
It's going on again. And like, I think that happens a lot with life, where you just go, oh, we've done this.
Yep.
I know how this goes.
Yep. No, I mean and that's where like that it helps in the sense of like, I can't cry or punch a wall or flip out because like this is just life.
Yeah. Right.
You know, like, it would be like if in the morning John came in here in like a fit of rage having a meltdown and he was like, I fucking ate in my sleep last night, man. And it's just like, yeah, we know. That's what you do. That's who you are. Why are you getting so bent out of shape? That's where I'm at as a sports fan, where it's like I still don't. I'm sure you wish you didn't eat a brownie at night or whatever, but you did, and that's just how it is. So it's like I'm still upset that the Mets
might as well
lost.
enjoy it, guys. It's gonna keep fucking happening.
That's where I used to try to think like, and I sometimes I would just wish I was more of a gambler because I'm like I think I would just be making a lot of money because I think I would just know to bet against this team, you know.
I've recently decided I'm a great gambler. I'm on like a 4-day hot streak.
But this is
I don't know why everyone's not doing this.
I'll tell you why because you're a winner. Like it's just in your bones, and I think there's also a part of me that maybe you're right, and that it's not silly, and maybe it is all connected. But I'm pretty sure it's silly. But I also know that I think this way is like when I mess up something in real life, I'm like, this is because I'm a loser. Like it's because
it's because my New York and nowhere sweatshirt.
Yeah.
It's because I shop at Kith.
There's just something that is like, I think it's a little bit like I'm destined to, at the very least, like it's gonna be hard for me. Like I associate it all in sports and my life, personal life, my work life, everything. It's like there are people that things just work out for. It seems like, and I'm sure if you really got to know those people and they told you their whole life story, they go through shit too.
Yeah.
They have their own problems. Everybody has their own problems. But there are also, it's just like, yeah, no, you're going to win that bet, or the business decision goes the right way, or your personal life just works out, or whatever, you know? And then there are people it doesn't. And I think that it's all related. I think that it's all related in my blood and like the person I am because of sports.
It's all sports.
I don't know if it's chicken or the egg. Like what is it? But all I know is that it's more than just this team and what I watch at night. It like affects who we are as people.
When you lose, are you like, is it a legitimate sadness, or is it like a sadness that you know it actually doesn't relate? Like, is it the same sadness as like if you were to break up?
This is why I want to like write this book or go through this so I can like figure it out, because when it happens, like on a literal level. By the way, we didn't really explain this to people who aren't like baseball fans. The Mets missed the playoffs on the final game of the year. All they needed to do was win a game, and they couldn't do it. And they should have been.
That was a win and in.
No, they needed even worse. They needed the Reds to lose, and they did.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
The Brewers were playing the Reds. The Brewers had nothing to play for. The Reds had everything to play for. In any other world, it's like the Reds are going to win that game.
Yeah.
I spoke to Yelich earlier in the day. I was like, you guys are sitting everybody, aren't you? Like, we're fucked, right? He's like, no, we're all playing today. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, and in my head, I was like, and another wrinkle that people, if you don't really watch, don't know. We were playing the Marlins. The Marlins are actually a pretty good team this year. But in the past, no matter how bad the Marlins were, if we played them on the final weekend of the year when we needed to win, they fucked us. It happened in 2007. It happened in 2008. It's like if you play them down the stretch, they will fuck you. So we all saw that. We circled it. We're like, it's going to happen again. And then it was happening again. But there was a part of me, I don't know about you, Paz, there was a part of me that was like, but we could just win this game. You know what I mean? It feels inevitable that we're going to lose, but they might just go out there and win. And then they didn't. And so I guess this is like a long-winded way to say it, but it's like, so in the moment, it was so, I knew this was going to happen. It was inevitable. It's been like a long 3 months of them playing bad. So actually, when it comes to baseball, I was almost like relieved. It was like somebody dying, where it's like, okay, we pulled the plug.
Yeah.
And now we can go back to our regular lives. I don't have to watch every single night. I don't have to agonize every night. So the literal like baseball part of it, I was okay with. It just makes me spiral in this bigger, more ridiculous, but I think true sense of like, this is what happens to you in your life. It's like this is how it goes. So then I get a little like existential, like metaphysical, like that, and then I start like getting upset about that stuff. But in terms of just like sports and baseball,
Then you
like,
started getting upset at the metaphysical.
yeah, like I'm saying, like,
yeah, I was punching air pretty good.
I just mean these are things that are like not real and tangible. But I do think they have a tangible effect on my life. I don't know. It's crazy.
You should do like a full study being like what people who are most upset about sports. Did something happen in childhood?
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
want
That's what you want the whole thing.
I want the diagnosis. Like,
or even like I always think about Harry Potter, the kids, like the reason that they didn't all grow up like Lindsay Lohan's and shaving their head because they were childhood actors is because the casting director did a bunch of research, made sure that they all had good, solid family backgrounds, and like made sure that they had loving parents. And so they all, even though they were like famous from a very young age, they all grew up like fairly normal. And maybe it's something like,
I have a shitty family?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like maybe even like the losing sport, maybe like Boston, something that you guys do with parenting in general, just to have like winners.
Just so you
no,
know,
but they were losers.
The parenting in Boston, how I was raised, is we're a bunch of goddamn fucking losers and we'll be losers our whole lives.
Really?
Enjoy it.
Yeah, let's be honest. The parenting in Boston just sucks in general. They're all just scumbags. We're talking about.
Boston was not
really?
even just the Red Sox.
I mean, they were the worst.
All of
like,
Boston.
The Patriots
were
a joke. The Red Sox had a curse, like probably I think the most famous curse right next to the Cubs. Like, so.
Celtics hadn't been good since the 80s. They'd fallen apart. The Bruins hadn't been good since the 70s. Like when I was growing up, Boston was the town of losers.
But sure. I really believe that, at least in the male world, since this is like mostly men dominated, like I really think being like confidence is everything. And as it might be stupid, but when you're in a sports fan world with a bunch of other guys and you're the one who wins, like you carry yourself with more confidence and happiness and like. I think it comes.
It infuriate you guys when we just be like, yeah, we don't really care till the AFC Championship, and you'd be like, how is that possible?
But it's like if you applied to something else, it's like Goodwill Hunting. Like this shit is easy for me.
Right.
It's like this thing is such a struggle for me, and these guys, it'd be like if you're fat and short and you see like a tall, handsome guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I want that, and that. Then you start acting like the short, fat guy. You know what I mean? I am the short, fat, ugly guy in the world of sports. So it self-fulfills.
Yeah.
Do you think that a more confident fan base could affect the sports?
That's the other thing is in this world, in the modern world, where like Frank Fleming harms the New York Mets.
And
he absolutely does.
And I genuinely think Tom Brady's existence changed the upbringing for a generation of New Englanders.
Okay.
That's not a joke. It's stupid and it shouldn't, but it's real.
It gave exactly what Kevin's saying. Like, and you never like actually felt it, but like, yeah, you
don't realize it.
You were a winner in the world. Like
yeah.
I was in high school. I reference this story all the time, and I used to do it.
Insane. It sounds insane.
Not crazy though.
But
it's
like,
no, I get it.
I referenced this before, and it's a real story, and it's funny, but it also, like, for sure affected me as a person. I was in high school. Then the day after the Mets lost the Subway Series, they lost to the Yankees.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst thing that can happen to me. I'm 15 years old, so like the worst thing possible. Mm-hmm. And I make a point. I put on all my Mets gear to go to school, being like, I go down with the ship, like fuck you guys.
Oh.
And some guy told me he was gonna fuck my girlfriend in the ass.
At 13?
A Yankee fan was like, and he was this fucking Italian guy. I make up the name, but his name was Gary Bocciolari. It's like Gary Bocciolari was like. He actually said to me, he was kind of like...
of Gary Bocciolari.
What's that?
So that's epic of Gary Bocciolari.
I think he actually respected it a little bit. He was kind of like, oh, wow, like you're wearing your gear. Like you're not afraid to do that. Like you're not a pussy. Like, all right, cool. And then he was like, tell your girlfriend, he said her name. Tell her I'm going to put her in her butt. And I was just like, well, his team just won and mine lost, so I have to accept that. I mean, no, he was also like...
elementary school. Yeah, I don't know. The Mets, the Yankees won. It's
like in hindsight, I should have just like swung at that guy. He was a senior, I was a freshman, but I also am a loser and he was a winner. So there's no way and those things
That could have been a turning point in your.
Probably.
Yeah.
But that was my whole life. It was like little microaggressions. That was a pretty macro aggression.
Yeah.
Fuck your girlfriend in the ass. But it was like I grew up in the Bronx, Yankee fans constantly being like, you're a loser, and we win. And that eventually, so it's like anytime I went to class that day or to the party or watched the game, I would be like, I'm going to get made fun of. Like I think all of that really starts to pile up and just makes you.
It's without a doubt. I hate to say it, but it's the little brother syndrome.
Yeah,
like you see a lot of little brothers with tough older brothers,
right.
and they grow up a little bit different. A lot of anxiety, really shy, and that's kind of what it is.
I have
for
that
Mets
theory.
fans.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. If the Yankees didn't exist, it wouldn't be that bad.
In regular life,
I'll tell you what, Yankee fans are gonna love.
Oh
it.
yeah. But also what has been like my only saving grace is like that was the first 15 years of my life, and then the next 15 years was fine. Like it was like they were good, but they kept on losing except for that 1 year in 2009. So it was like a lot easier to just be like, you guys fucking suck too, and it kind of like evened out a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's a huge part of it. But they've been, they haven't won for a long enough time that it started to like be a little bit easier. But I think in real life, if you are the little brother and you have that like chip on your shoulder, in the long run, you almost end up like you work harder and you try, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's something you can affect. And, like when you're the little brother in baseball, it's like they need to do it for you and you can't.
Well, we'll do it for you guys. We got you.
I know. So there is a part of me that's just like,
the Red Sox.
All right, we ride again. My mom texted me and she just said like she meant it kind of in a negative way, but I took it like not in positive, but I was just like, this is a good mentality. She just goes, now we're left with rooting against the Yankees as we have done for so many years in the past. When will it end? ... But I was like, kind of like you said, like, oh, I've done this before. Like, this is just time to root against the Yankees now, you know? My Yankee hatred has dwindled in years because they haven't won to the point that I'm like, I used to watch the Yankees as much as I watch the Mets just to root against them. Now it's like, I check the scores, I'll keep an eye on it, but like, I don't even know if I'll watch those games, but I am like back in rooting for the Reds. And my two favorite teams has always been the Mets and whoever's playing the Yankees, the Mets and the Red Sox. Like, so yeah, we're just back. We're back in the same hole we're always in. It's hard to like get dramatic. It's like, you're 40, man. You've done this for 35 years, and you're gonna like flip a table and cry and scream again? Like, no, I don't have that in me anymore. I don't think it means I care less. I'm sure younger fans look at me like, oh, you're fair weather, or like you're not as diehard anymore. It's like, no, you'll be here too one day.
Yeah.
If I was 18, I'd be crying and screaming, but like I just can't do
weathered.
that. Yeah. I wonder if there is an equivalent. I always try to figure out the equivalent for guys and girls. I always think that kind of like reality TV type stuff is kind of the female sports, but there's not like an outcome or a result that you can get mad at, you know? But I wonder,
Yeah, but
is it like when you don't, if you really, really want a boyfriend and you don't have one?
No, oh my God.
I think it kind of is.
What?
I think it kind of is.
I think that was really sexist. I'm pretty sure, right?
That was kind of crazy.
I think when girls...
I thought you were joking.
No,
I thought he was
I
making
think-
like a
I-
sexist joke.
nuts.
It's like when
I
you
think
really
when girls
want a
want
boyfriend.
something
It's like when you really want your
so
nails
bad.
done. And
I think
When you
girls
wanna
want a
go
boyfriend so
shopping.
bad when they
No.
don't have one that they like.
I don't
they
think
fixate
girls
on
want
it.
Girls
and they
don't want
boyfriends
boyfriends
like that
like,
anymore,
No,
maybe.
not
Maybe,
anymore.
all right, maybe yeah. Like I don't know about young girls. Like in my experience, like in my generation, it was like when you were late 20s, maybe you're also not there yet. Like when you wanted to find your relationship and you can't, you're not. It's like you just fixate on it
Do you
and
think those
become a
people
part of it.
actually wanted boyfriends, or do you think they like
Yeah, oh,
wanted
yeah.
like the idea of a boyfriend? Because then,
I
do
actually,
you think
Well,
they
whatever you wanted, that's what they wanted. They wanted to find a husband,
and they would
because
walk
they
around
felt
being like, I need a fucking boyfriend.
it consumed their life. It was like all they
That's
ever
so wild.
wanted and talked about.
it's definitely not a thing anymore. Actually, I will say that all my like,
Yeah.
I
You're
never
also
like
young.
wanted what.
You're young.
Yeah, but even then, it's like
You do
everything's
hear
getting
people say
older.
like, "Oh, I want a boyfriend," and they're like, "Only today though," and they like look around and make sure no one
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
thinks they want a
That
It's
was
like only
not
when
in
you're
my
hungover.
experience. It was like when you're late 20s, early 30s. There was if there was a girl who like found their person, they were happy, and if you didn't, you were unhappy. And as much as that's something you can affect because it's like your life, I think there were times where like if you're dating and it's not working out or whatever, it's like they just wanted it, and
I
when you
think
don't get it,
maybe-
it just spirals and snowballs and becomes like the thing that dominates your
I
life.
feel like now, like girls still want that when they're like very young, like 14 or 15, or like high school. They're like, oh, I really want a
Yeah, like
boyfriend.
your
And then
Prince
when
Charming.
they're older, when they feel like they're like too old to not have a boyfriend. But I feel like the age range where you don't care about having a boyfriend is like growing like bigger and bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there is an equivalent because it's just something so silly and stupid that.
I mean, like.
I mean, there are girl sports fans, by the way, obviously. But I'm just
it's
talking
pretty.
in general.
It's like an autism thing, right?
Being a sports fan.
It's so autistic,
Yeah,
and I am
Yeah.
I can't think of a girl's thing 'cause I feel that way about like Duke basketball. Every year I'm like on my hands and knees crying, like praying in March. But I feel like it's autistic, and girls aren't.
Definitely.
There's not as right. Like aren't
Yeah.
girls?
I've
not
noticed
as
that.
Patently ridiculous to be like this invested, upset, or
I'm
even
not saying
happy
it's like a
about all this
bad
shit.
thing, like
It's all silly.
autism, like whatever. I just feel like it is autism.
As I've gotten older, again, I've realized that like older sports fans, at least at this company, are just all autistic people.
I mean,
Like,
everyone is
I was
autistic.
thinking, I was watching the Ryder Cup on Saturday maybe, and they had like the AI graphic where it's like the chance to win, and I was like, yeah, the team that's winning has got a better shot to win. I figured as much, and then I just started thinking about sports as a whole, and I was remembering our conversation with Lemaire, where it's just like in sports nowadays. There are so many numbers, and like they'll bring on graphics that cover the sports on the screen to show you numbers about what's gonna
XBA
happen
and
with
the
the sports.
WRC.
And it's like, dude, I'm watching the game. Get the sports off the fucking TV.
Yeah.
I don't need I'm sorry. Get the numbers off the TV. I'm watching the sports, and like everything is so number specific now in sports that I'm like, yeah, everyone's autistic. They're not watching sports. They're fucking doing math.
BlueChew is on a mission to upgrade humanity one dick at a time, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're not just a tablet; they are a cheat code for your crotch. You get stronger, harder, longer-lasting erections like somebody gave you downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. BlueChew is the original brand. Listen, I've read this so many times. Here's the deal: you want to have sex your whole life, and it gets hard to do that when you get older, or maybe even when you're younger. And now they have a solution to that. Do that. You don't need all this stuff. It's like sex like makes the world go round. And if you can't have it, you're like, what am I gonna do? Here's your answer. It's BlueChew. Make your dick harder. It can help you be better in bed. Makes your partner happy. Makes you happy. She's gonna brag about you to her friends. You're gonna have confidence. You're gonna hear in this episode we're talking a lot about confidence and how all these little things in your life shape you into a bigger, better person. Get a bigger and better dick, you'll be a bigger and better person. That's what BlueChew is doing for you. It'll make it better. It'll make it more enjoyable. And then that also makes your life better and more enjoyable. And right now, you can get all of this little like confidence cheat code in your life and your dick and sex life cheat code for $5 for shipping. That's it. If you use promo code KFC at checkout at BlueChew.com, you pay $5 to get the shipping, and the rest is free. And it will radically change your life for a Finsky. Just a little Abraham Lincoln will change your world. So go to BlueChew.com to check out all of the options and make sure you're qualified and everything's healthy and correct. And you can get your first month for free with promo code KFC. Big thanks to BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast. That's BlueChew.com, promo code KFC. Fall is here. That means school is ramping up, work is ramping up, activities are ramping up. Keegan's playing 2 sports. Shay is dancing and doing a play. They're back at school. Football and baseball are happening, so work is crazier, home is crazier, everything gets crazier in the fall. The summer is over, and so you don't have time to cook meals or sit down to a full breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So when time is hard to come by, but you still need that energy and that fuel, you got to go to Huel. Huel. It's Huel. It's fuel with an H. They have these pre-made meals ready to drink in a can that are full, tasty, have all the vitamins and nutrients you need, and all you got to do is drink them. You don't have to cook them. You don't have to shop and get ingredients. All you do is pop the top, drink the bottle, and you get all the nutrients and sustenance that you need. Right now they have their Black Edition powder. It's a complete meal, so you'll feel full, focused, and ready for your day. And just when you already thought that Huel had everything covered, they drop a new, first-of-its-kind, Super Greens drink in a can. I know you're a greens guy. You've been drinking, right? Now you can get it through Huel. Daily greens ready to drink. No powders. You don't have to mix it up. No pills or capsules. It's a Super Green in a can, ready to go.
Blueberry lemon time.
Ooh, I love a little blueberry lemon. Sparkling, refreshing, ready whenever you are.
Ooh, baby. Well, that's actually really freaking delicious.
Let me hit that.
Holy shit, that's delicious.
Wow, that is good. And
it just keeps getting better.
It's like 100% of everything you need with no fat, no added sugars, barely any carbs. It's everything you need all in one spot. So Huel is making eating healthy simple. Try today at Huel.com. That's HUEL.com/KFC. And use code KFC to get 15% off your purchase if you're a new customer. Use the code. There's also a little checkout survey that could help support our show. But eat healthy, do it simple, save time, and save money by going to Huel.com/KFC. Use code KFC and get 15% off. You know what it is? It's also so results oriented. Like down the stretch, I was telling the guys I would text like their group chat and be like, I'm not watching tonight. I'm just gonna like keep an eye on the phone. And it's like the whole point is that you like the game and the sport, and you watch like I saw the home run, I saw them hit the shot, I saw them throw the touchdown. That's not it. I don't want to watch baseball ever again. I just want there to be some end result that gives me happiness.
You just want to simulate the season?
Yes. Legit. Would you not do that, perhaps?
1,000%.
Right? I don't want to watch the game.
No.
I don't like sports. I don't.
See, this is
definitely
the
don't like
autism.
baseball.
This is like what like my friends. This is when I stopped playing video games. When my friends would be like, "Yeah, we just simulate the whole season."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Why are you doing that? Like, I thought we're playing."
You know what you should do? You should have Adam Schefter's tweet notifications.
It's only going to get worse too, like with the autism in sports, the numbers and everything like that. I mean, gone are the days of the Rick Pitino type coaches. Like for the rest of time, we are going to have nerds in front offices and coaches. Look at the NBA now. Who are the most successful coaches now are these data guys, especially baseball. It all started with Moneyball, but it's going to be so much worse.
Used to be like a man sport.
Yeah,
throw in some chew and like get the eye test, and now it's like
pop-up speeches are out
in sports. Those fucking guys in Oakland going, well, his girlfriend's hot, he must be good. That's a real fucking scout right there. That's a guy who gets the game.
If you told me the Mets will win the World Series next year, but you do not get to watch a single game, I would sign for that.
100%.
I would actually prefer that.
Yeah.
I actually don't think it's autism as much as I think it's you guys like are just backed up. Like you guys like more chances to cry. Well, no, I think like I cry if you show me an old person on a TikTok, waterworks every single time. And then but it's like I get it out. I'm not like you guys are like backed up emotionally.
I think that's part of it too. I think that's a big part of my psychological studies.
But
we men are like emotionally like
but isn't
stunted.
that a symptom of autism? Not being able to like do your emotions in the right
Yeah,
way?
but I also think it's just like men.
I'm really on this autism thing. Like you guys, I swear to God.
There's too much on men's plate. It's the modern man who's supposed to be like still provide and be an old school guy, but you also have to be like new and progressive, and we have all this shit on our plate. And the one thing that we need and release is the sports thing, and if it's not happening, we just go crazy.
It might be autism.
Do you think like jocks are gonna be like not a thing anymore? Because it used to be like nerds and jocks, and now all the people that are supposed to be jocks are fucking nerds. So what's gonna happen to jocks?
Jocks have been stuffed into a corner. They stuff baby in a corner, and jocks don't get no say no more.
Imagine if you brought back like Mickey Mantle or some shit. Just give me some like drunk fucking baseball player, right? And told him all about. All right, here's the guy running the show. Here's the analytics that people care about. By the way, comic book movies and Game of Thrones is like the coolest thing in the world. Like, show them male feminists and nerd culture and baseball analytics. Those guys would fucking kill themselves.
The biggest problem is baseball analytics. That I think the what was I just gonna say? Every sport. This is it. Every sport got worse when we started having more than 3 stats.
Yeah, it's like batting average, RBI, home run. Like
that's
all you need,
right?
yeah.
Batting average, RBI, home run.
Touchdowns.
Done deal.
Completion percentage.
Touchdown, interceptions.
Yeah,
bang. Done
right.
deal. Touches, carries, touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Receptions, yards, touchdowns. That's all I need to understand
goals,
sports.
Assists.
Goals, assists, you could do.
Maybe like saves for a goalie. I don't know. There's like one other category.
Yeah, you could do hit. There's when we started talking about all these other stats is when sports got dumb. And I don't need to know this guy's ex-WOBA. Give me 3 stats. Wait. I'll know if he's good or not, and then I'll watch and I'll find out how good he is after that.
Let's take it a step further. And maybe I'm wrong here because I just don't know. I feel like soccer is still pretty cool. Like European soccer still has like, and I don't know. There's not many stats in soccer, right?
Yeah.
They're just like goals and wins and losses. I mean, I'm sure there is other stats, but like not really. Soccer's a vibes thing.
I've been a soccer fan for like 8 years now. I don't know any more than 3 stats.
Right, and there
are people who do.
They're doing their chants and they have their fan sections and it's still cool and like.
Dude,
Maybe that's it. Less stats.
Every sports website now is like, you want to go to their stats page, and it's like a fucking bar of 100.
If I showed them like baseball reference, they'd be like, "What is this? This looks like you're looking at like the stock market or something."
You need 3 stats.
Yeah.
Every sport needs every position.
Right.
So I'll give you every position
Right.
should have 3 stats, no more, no less, and then we'll figure it out on the field from there.
It should be a rule that you're not even allowed, like GMs can't even look up the other ones.
Yeah.
You just have to.
All
go
you can do is look at his fucking
His
girlfriend.
Yeah. It's all very stupid, but in a sense, that Moneyball shit is kind of what we're talking about, where it's like these are little things that don't actually tangibly matter in life, at least to a man, stereotypically speaking, but they do. They really matter.
I have a friend. Her mom. She has like 3 siblings, so she's 1 of 4. Her mom would like from a young age whisper in their ear, like when they were going to sleep, being like, "You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're incredible." They're the most confident people I ever met. So I feel like maybe like Mets, you guys should all band together, just whisper in your kids' ears a little bit.
That is part of it too, though. Is
And
like
then
the fan base
you
is so
raise-
negative. Like they never get excited or like confident or I don't know. I actually think at
Or-
this stage the fan base with social media and how much the media is involved, like the media is always been bad for sports.
Yeah.
And then the media sees Mets fans are crazy, they're negative, and I get a lot more followers and clicks and views when I say that the Mets suck. So I'm gonna do that, and we feed them, and it's this self-fulfilling thing where then all of a sudden it's like, if I was a baseball player, I would never play for the Mets. I'd be like, this is gonna be bad for me. Like the media's gonna hate me, the fans are gonna hate me. It's thankless. Like the only bar is winning a World Series. I'm not doing this. So I think it's actually making things bad for the team.
I have an interesting, I guess, something to add to your psychological study. I think a mother sports fan changes things.
Oh.
Because I think she probably heard you out when you were sad.
Rather than being like, shut up.
My
pussy.
mom was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Go figure it out.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't talk to my dad because he was also
He was mad at you. Yeah, right.
So I had to just go figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, new sports like thing chapter in your book. You try to reprogram it the other way, and you start like Yankees. You slip something into their like water system that makes them all bald. Okay, balding, and then they kind of get like this weird like balding complex where they're all feeling down about themselves, and then ergo you guys feel better about yourselves.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely on board with. Let
I
me
guess,
tear
but
other
you're
people down
one-
to prop myself up. Yeah. I'm also like you guys have had such a good run. Like enough. It's like billionaires. Like people complain about billionaires. Like too much. They need to redistribute the wealth. I also don't really get. I mean, I do get it. New York City. They spend a lot of money. They have high-profile names. That like people are always gonna hate you. But the amount of people who like hate the Mets, like I feel like other bad teams is sort of like you make fun of them, and if they win, you're sort of like they deserve it. I feel like people are like they want the Mets to never win.
I think that is a little bit of your like mentions.
Yeah,
Like,
the way I view
you've
it.
mentioned that before, and I don't feel that. I always root for the Mets. I think my friends like the Mets. I think the Sox.
Like, I don't know what the Marlins were like.
I
The Marlins juggled their rotation to fuck us. Like,
Really?
why? What? Why?
But I also like,
we have
I
a team,
get,
the
wanting
Jets.
to
Like
win
no one
out.
hates the Jets. I know
Right,
that
they
they
make fun
they
of
make
them.
fun of the Jets, kind of
Right.
like they make fun of the Browns
Right.
and stuff like that. The Mets are different. There is a hatred
There's
for the
a
Mets. I
weird
don't
thing.
understand what it is.
But I'm sure you guys feel it. But it's just like again, growing up in Boston, we always felt the kinship, like a brotherhood with the Mets.
Yeah.
So we.
Well, you know,
speaking for my people, we were Mets guys.
Yeah. It was like Mets Sox was kind of like a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I do. Shane Gillis has just been bullying me the whole and like my phone rings like every time the Phillies were doing something good or the Mets were doing something bad. And he's like an impossible guy to like bully back because I would just like when the Mets were beating up the Phillies, I was like, oh, where you at now, tough guy? And he's like, baseball's gay. I don't like the sport. It's like football started. Like, go watch a real sport, pussy. You know, I'm like, I can't win. But I did one night he called me because he calls me. He doesn't text me. He calls me. I'm like, fuck. So I was like super stoned, and I remember thinking back, I was like not making any sense. But I remember being like, why do you do this? You know? And he was like, because you're obnoxious. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I of course, like when the Mets are doing good or like beating your team, I'm going to be obnoxious. But I think overall, like Mets fans, I view our vibe as like we desperately want this thing, and when they lose, we get mad, and when they're winning, we're like so pumped about it. But if you're not like understanding the nuances of all this dumb bullshit that I just explained, and you're just like hey, I'm in Philly. Look, those guys are assholes. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they're behaving like assholes.
But Philly's
And so,
Mets, like, that's different too. I think you're like connecting it with fans who it's fair hatred. Like Philly's is fair hatred.
but no, but
like if the Padres fans hate you, that's all crazy. But like Philly's is
But
fair.
had Shane just been like, yeah, you're an NL East like rival, like we fucking hate you. But he was just like, you're gonna go back to being like an obnoxious New York asshole. I think what he said. You know what I mean? And I think that is kind of what happens. I think people are just like, yeah, fuck those guys because of the geography or the the money or the whatever that you associate with New York. People seem to just fucking. I wonder if we were like the Cleveland Mets, would it?
Well, but he was right too, right? Like
Well,
you're like, yeah, when we're winning, I'm obnoxious.
Yeah, but no, but I don't think like I personally, I don't think maybe directly with him because they were beating the Phillies a lot. They won like 14 in a row against the Phillies.
Yeah.
I think when I'm being obnoxious, I don't necessarily. I think I'm like excited that the Mets are doing good, but I don't think I'm ever like we're good, you're bad, I'm better than you because we're always know the other shoe's about to drop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't even. I'm sure we're obnoxious like.
But in that
in a way.
specific story.
Yeah. But the way kind of the way he said it was, I was like, why are people that way? And he was like, because you're obnoxious to your castle. So I was like, oh, maybe that is just the general. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But either way, it fucking sucks. And it's just the worst part of all is when you're old enough to say, this is silly and completely like a not tangible thing that doesn't matter, but it matters.
Dude, I'm glad you brought up the Jets. I was thinking yesterday, we never got to talk about it. The opening day Jets thing. That's
on the flag.
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
We never even got an explanation, did we?
No.
How the fuck did that guy get in the middle of the? Did he fall out of the sky?
Think about it. I was thinking about this in detail yesterday. Like, have you seen this video?
No.
Okay, so Pabs, can you pull it up? Yeah. It's if you haven't seen it, I'll try and paint a picture. Opening day, NFL Stadium. They have like the big flag on the
The
field.
100-yard flag.
Like,
It's the whole field.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
and they run it out.
They go.
And they wave it like that. Some guy got caught on top of it, in the middle of the field,
How did he get there?
and
We don't know.
he's
It
crawling
starts
off.
out with him on it. It's the most emasculating, embarrassing thing.
Right?
That didn't go like as viral. Like I did a video on it, and people were like, "That's funny." I
That's
thought
the
that was gonna be like
funniest
the
shit I've
biggest.
ever seen.
Right.
It's
I thought it was gonna be the
funniest
biggest thing in sports.
I've ever seen. And I was thinking about it yesterday, where I was like imagine if you were on the flag line,
Yeah.
right? And you know how they come out where like there's one side of the field and they run out across.
Yeah.
Unfold it and like.
And the guy next to you is like kind of freaking out a little bit, and you're like, "Hey, dude, you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just really nervous. I'm gonna land on top of the flag." You would be like, "Dude, don't even worry
You're
about that.
good.
I don't even think that's possible." like, you'd be like, if that's what you're concerned about, stop worrying about that. And then 20 minutes later, he's like,
He was right.
"Thanks for the fucking help, boy."
Where were you on that one, dipshit?
Like, I don't understand how'd you, because if you're running with the flag and you fall to the ground.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
How do you
I'm
get
telling
on
you, you have to come from the sky. That man fell from the sky. There's when there's a rain delay in baseball, they roll out the big tarp.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a lot of time, not a lot of times, but every like once or twice a year, somebody slips and falls and gets like eaten up in the thing.
Oh, okay.
But you end up
Under.
underneath.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's embarrassing because you see like this little bubble and someone's crawling their way out.
That's crazy. That
But
happens multiple times.
it's physically comprehensible.
Yeah.
This is like, and that video starts. There's no other video. There's like one other angle that I've seen, but it's not any longer. It's like how
like a magic
where
trick.
yes, it's
Like, how do you get through the flag?
it turns out it was Oz the Mentalist.
Yeah.
My biggest trick is I somehow ended up on top of the flag.
I said that
makes
when that
no fucking sense.
when that video came out. Again, it was opening day in the NFL, and I was like, every year the Jets will do something that you didn't even know was possible.
And that's
I'm
the thing.
like, I sit here right now, I don't get how that guy got on top of that flag.
And then I'm trying
They
to think
invent new
like,
ways.
what's a cooler way he could have gotten off? I think that crawling's your only option.
No,
right?
you know what I was
You
thinking?
could-
I think I would lay there.
Yeah.
I think the only option, I would literally cross my legs and be like, I meant to do this.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Start
you
doing
ever do-
laps, like swinging.
Remember, you ever do like popcorn when you were a little
Yeah,
kid?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'd be like, it's popcorn, guys. I'm the beach
Yeah.
ball. Like, fucking throw me around.
Maybe
Crawling
if you
as a
roll,
grown man is.
you can be crawling as a grown man.
You really can't be crawling as a grown man. Like, if you're like for some reason you need to crawl on the floor, like no, you can't do that.
Yeah. I think you have to tuck
So
and roll.
emasculating.
Maybe.
Do like somersaults your whole way out.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love
did he get
to
up
track that
there?
guy down. We should be able to do that, right? Jets fans, somebody out there knows that guy. I want to talk to that guy. Just run me through the most like emasculating thing that can possibly happen. When you're on top of the. Speaking of the NFL, and really speaking of things that don't matter but do matter, I think the Bad Bunny halftime selection is actually like a deep state war hawk move for the people who want the Civil War to happen, because that is more logical than picking a guy who doesn't sing songs in English. People are going to go berserk over that.
What do you mean?
Like that, like think about how much, like Kendrick Lamar created like a racial divide.
But like it already happened, right? Like the announcements happened.
I don't think people know who bet. I think when the general America finds out that he's gonna sing songs that don't have English, I think people are gonna.
I've already seen some of those accounts called like "End Wokeness," being like, he doesn't like ice. What the fuck?
Especially right now, with immigration.
That End Wokeness account's been around for quite some time.
The like with everything going on with immigration, I think the last thing the country needs is a Puerto Rican pop star singing in Spanish on the Super Bowl stage.
Has there been any? But like it happened. Like has there been a lot of backlash?
I have not even. I've been on a full-blown media blackout since the Mets have not been playing. I mean, they don't like when there's like a rap song. They're going to. I don't think people even know who Bad Bunny is in this country to know that there's going to be a guy singing all songs in Spanish at the biggest American event. That's going. If you don't think that people are going to get upset about that, be like, it's America, speak English, not on our field. You're mixing our football with the Puerto Ricans. That is going to be.
I didn't think of that.
Oh my God, I can't. That's the only thing I thought of. That's the only thing. Like, nobody knows the songs or knows what he's saying.
I don't know. I saw it last night, obviously. I don't think anyone's that mad. I don't know. I guess I defer to you. He's the biggest artist in the world. Yeah. It makes sense.
But I think it's okay to be like, I think that's a bad halftime choice because I don't know any of the songs.
Yeah.
Like I that inherently comes across as like racist or prejudiced or whatever to be like, I don't want the Latin star on the stage, but it's like, I don't know what he's saying. Yeah. There's a pretty, I can't connect with his music. There's a pretty big divide here. I don't know. And of course there's like Despacito and songs like that like pop off. But if you do like a whole set of Spanish songs, that's not going to go over well.
I think, I don't know. I've never been a halftime. Like when is the time of your life where you're supposed to care about it? You know what I mean?
Never.
I feel like I've already been through it. Like I've never been at a party in high school or college and people are like, shut the fuck up! The halftime show's on! And we all sit down and watch the halftime show.
I mean, definitely the last couple years has been like a talking point or like a zeitgeist
people get
moment,
mad about it, but like when are you like I imagine it's when you're younger you're supposed to care about the halftime
I feel like it's
show.
kind of like for the girls and all the girls like Bad Bunny. So like I feel like I'm happy with the pick.
Yeah.
The halftime show should just be for girls that don't watch football but want to be included on the biggest day in America.
Right. It's like the diehard like football fan American like blue collar guy. It's like you're never gonna like any of these selections.
Yeah, it's music, buddy.
You know,
you're not gonna be a fan no matter what.
Yeah, but I think there was a run there where they were like catering to those people, right? It was like the Stones and like old bands and rock
like
music.
early 2000s they had like I think Prince.
Yeah,
but like
I don't think those guys
weren't
like Prince.
But those people weren't that old.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That was
right.
25 years ago. Prince wasn't that old.
Right. I'm just thinking that like I think there was a run where it was their genre, and then it switched to like pop, and then rap was like a big deal. But for what I don't know how or why, but it definitely has like a cultural significance now that's way more than what it actually is.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's just social media. People just
that's probably what it is. I mean,
cultural significance is people bitching about it.
I mean, the 40 acres and a mule like racism, slavery discourse that came out of Kendrick Lamar's performance was fucking bonkers.
They probably want the most controversial.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I also do wonder. Do you know, as a Swiftie, like there was talk that she was supposed to, and then I saw like she wanted the rights, and it fell apart, and like
I like Taylor Swift's music. I don't really dive too deep into. There's too much nowadays where it's like
I just could. See
I can't wait for the Life of a Showgirl. Aside from that, I'm not super into
I could just see a world where that was like the plan and that fell apart and they were like, we need another like monster name. But I don't know. It seems like, I mean, Bad Bunny like specifically was like, I'm not touring in America, and I think there was at least jokes that people were like, he doesn't want ICE to like have all the people in one concentrated spot. But I think, you know, when someone's like, I'm not an American artist, I'm not touring in America, that was his announcement, was like, actually, I'm going to do one date in America.
Yeah, I saw
which
that.
is pretty fucking gangsta. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like if you're building your whole career basically without America, and you're like, I don't really need that, and I don't do that, and then you get the stage for like the #1 American thing, I think there's going to be a lot of people who don't know. Maybe there's so many people who they don't even know that there won't be outrage because it's like, I don't even know what's going on here. You know what I mean? But I think when the time comes, unless, I don't know if you can do it in a way where, I don't know, you have like friends come out and it's more like a medley and it's not just like him singing Spanish songs, but there's going to be a lot of people in America when there's, 10 minutes of just not English going on that they will be upset for sure.
They can. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are going to be mad. I don't know what to tell you.
Jackpocket is America's #1 lottery app.
Jackpocket.
Let's open it up. Let's see what we got. We got through the $1.7 billion. Somehow I didn't win. Powerball is at $160 million, but I think like there's like no competition out there, so just buy as many tickets as you can. We also have Mega Millions. We're almost at that $500 million mark. This is gonna roll, man. We're gonna have dueling Powerball and Mega Millions $1 billion jackpots, because that's just how the lottery rolls right now. They changed the rules, so now you know that the jackpots are going to be massive almost every time. And Jackpocket is the easiest way to buy and sell, to buy those lottery tickets. It's the only app that has the state lottery sponsored tickets, meaning you can do Powerball or Mega Millions or Numbers Eve, New York Lotto, Take 5, Win 4, Pick 10, Cash for Life, all those. And here's how you do it. You click order on your Mega Millions. I'm going to go with the $5 Quick Picks, slide to order. Order successful. That's it. It's like the easy, literally, like shout out to Jackpocket for making the easiest, most intuitive, simplest designed product in the world. You want to win money. You want to win the lottery. You don't want to have to go out and buy your tickets. You don't want to struggle with the numbers and the cash and all that. Bam, right on your iPhone. Couple clicks, and you're in the running to win $500 million. 70 people who have ordered Jackpocket tickets have already become millionaires. You could be 71. Everybody who's ever won the lottery has been like, I'm not going to win, and then they win. No one's ever like, oh, this is it, and they do win. It's always a surprise. It always feels like you could never be the one, and some 70 people out there were the one because of Jackpocket, and you could be too. Download Jackpocket today, and right now you can get $5 in free lottery credits. That's what I spent right now. $5 would have been totally for free when you download the app and use code KFC2 at sign up, and then opt in to redeem. So download Jackpocket. Promo code KFC2, opt in to redeem, and you can get $5 in free lottery credits, so you can get a couple tickets to Powerball, Mega Millions, or whatever you choose. All right, in this new world of prescription medication for GLP-1s and your diet and your health, it's this kind of this new frontier that we just went into as a society. And if you still have questions and concerns about how do you acquire it, Ro is here for you. The Ro platform makes this whole process that much easier. You can get your medication. You can navigate the insurance process. They can help you on your journey of weight loss and health through prescription medications like GLP-1s. The Ro platform is it's the best way to make sure you're doing everything safe and easy. You go online. You complete an online medical visit. You might need a lab test. And that way you qualify for the medication. So you're not just handing it out. There are licensed professionals who are going through this process with you to make sure that you're doing it correctly and safely and legally. And they handle the logistics. They handle all of the struggles. And they will deliver the medication for you based on your BMI or your lab results or your medical history. And Ro will have this affiliated healthcare provider to make sure that you're doing everything the way you should be. The insurance checker on Ro is a free tool to help patients find out which GLP-1 medications are approved and covered. So you have your insurance. I have mine. Some of them cover them. Some of them don't. Ro will take care of all that. They will find out what your insurance covers and what it doesn't cover, so you know exactly what you're getting, what you have to pay for out of pocket. And you won't need like a prior authorization. They can handle everything for you. You don't have to be a Row member to receive this report to make sure that you are covered, but Row will handle everything else for you. It makes the entire weight loss health journey that much easier. So no paperwork, no hassle, no waiting on hold. The insurance checker gives you the comprehensive report of all your coverage details, and then you get the GLP-1s like Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever is right for you and your goals. And that's just the beginning. Row takes care of you after everything else. So go to row.co/KFCR for a free insurance check. That's ro.co/KFCR to see if your insurance covers GLP-1s today for free. Go to row.co/safety for boxed warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medications.
What else we got? You see the Leo movie? Yeah, good.
Seeing it again tonight.
Lives up to the hype.
It's so good. Benicio del Toro is so fucking good in this movie. I can't even tell you.
I'm almost thinking, from what I've heard, I'm like, it sounds like this is a Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro movie, and Leo happens to be a part of it.
And the sad thing is, Leo is as good as he's ever been.
Right.
He's unreal. But Benicio del Toro, for me, steals the show. It's so good. It's so good.
I actually don't know anything. What is this movie even about?
Yeah.
The all the talk was about how good it is and the names in it, but I couldn't even tell you the plot.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even really.
Is it a war movie?
No,
I saw him in a uniform.
He's a soldier.
Okay.
But like what branch of the government he works for is never. It's not like I don't want to tell people what it's about because it's not about those things.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like they're revolutionaries, Leo and Tiana Taylor.
Modern day though, right?
Modern day
Yeah, okay.
revolutionaries,
Yeah.
And 15 years go by, and this guy who they used to fight with is on their trail, and it's just Leo running from this guy, and it is so goddamn fucking and the action's awesome. And here's what's gonna happen, which is what was frustrating, is that like people are gonna be like, this movie's incredible, it's so good, and then in 3 months, a lot more people are gonna see it, and they're gonna go, that was overrated, and you're like, yeah, it was better in the theater with the people who were excited to see it. Like, it's still good. It's gonna be very good at home too, but it is just in the theater. It's fucking awesome.
I do, from my point of view at least, and I think there are more people like me. If we could just, I mean, you got to tell it like it is. I understand, but if we could just pump the brakes on saying, like, the first review was like, this is a masterpiece and the greatest movie, the greatest experience you'll ever see, and then I go into it like, I mean, people said the same thing about Sinners, and I was like, it's not the greatest movie of all time. It's not even close.
Let me explain this to you, right? Let's say I go to a restaurant and I have the fucking best meal I've ever had in my life. And I tell you, I go, Kevin, you got to have this fucking meal. It is so goddamn good. And in 3 months, you get it delivered and you go, it's not as good. Like, well, it's different.
Right,
it was different when I ate it.
Right, but also, I can understand what you're talking about, but also, like, if it's like
it came in 4 individual boxes and they're different temperatures.
Cold
I don't know, man. The chef prepared it for me,
but
and I was in his ambiance, and it was awesome.
I guess I can't say because I didn't do it, but I think if I saw Sinners in the movie theater, I just don't think that movie was as good as people said it was. Like, that to me was a very normal movie that was talked about like it was the greatest thing in cinematic history. So then the next one that comes along, basically like since then, that's getting that treatment, is this one. Also, a big problem for me is I thought Killers of the Flower Moon was like the worst movie I've ever seen. So, and a lot of people spoke the same way about that.
I thought Killers of the Flower Moon was pretty poorly received. Like, I thought.
Oh, really?
People didn't
heard
want it
the
on the
opposite.
Best Picture list.
I thought maybe the initial reaction was.
I think
people
also
wanted that movie to be good, and I feel like I haven't even heard people ever like bring it up again. I feel like in the moment it kind of came and went, but now that it's gone, I feel like it's not.
I thought it was solid. I went to it, I was like, that was solid. I think I had it like around my 10th best movie of the year. But like it was good. It's a good movie. It's Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Who's the director of this
one? Paul Thomas Anderson.
Okay. Oh, right. That was the
dude. There's one scene,
and he's the guy. Oh no, wait, Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson's.
And he is doing a movie with him too, right?
Leo, I don't think so.
Maybe I got my Andersons
could be
mixed
wrong
up.
on
Yeah, because that's the guy who only pays you like $10,000, right?
Yeah.
So he ain't ever gonna get a movie like that unless those guys all.
I'm watching The Studio with there's just whatever remind me of Martin Scorsese. Reminded me of it.
You
So
enjoy
good.
it? So good.
So good.
So good. That is like that's a piece of art, that show, because like
Yeah.
the plot and all that's good, but like the way it's shot and the acting and the one shot.
Although the only one thing is there's something I can't put my finger on it. There's something like I can see the script, like the words on the page, and it takes me out ever so slightly. It's like almost like the lines are too written by like some theater where it's not completely natural coming out.
Totally.
And it's
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
best.
It's very like Sorkin is like
For sure.
Like
Yeah.
it's good, but it's like nobody speaks that way. That's
Yeah,
not how
yeah,
a
yeah,
conversation
yeah, yeah.
goes. That's the rub with like acting and movies to me is, I mean, this is not like a surprise or a secret, but like being natural. If you were to truly make a movie naturally, it wouldn't be a good movie.
Yeah, right.
It's like if you show a
Yeah.
conversation between me and John, it's like I'm like laying on the couch, just being like, yeah, what are you doing, man? You know?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You got to like look out the window and be dramatic, but
It's
also
like-
make it seem real. It's very hard to do.
It's like when people are like, "Oh, like, did a method actor just be on coke?" It's like,
Yeah.
well, dude, I wouldn't be able to understand a guy on
Yeah,
coke.
yeah.
Right.
You have to pretend
You
you're
have to
on
act
coke.
like you're on coke, and you have
Yeah.
to you have to get as close to being like the guy, but still maintaining I'm performing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, of course, it's not a secret, but it is when you really like tangibly think about it. It's a very hard thing to do.
I remember there was, I think Michael Caine had like a comment where he's talking about like when he was in acting school where he had to play a role drunk, and he came in like shit faced, like a bat out of hell, spinning topsy turvy, all of that. And then his acting coach pulled him aside and was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "You told me to act drunk." He's like, "Yes, but your character is a guy who's hiding that he's drunk. So you have to act like a guy who's hiding that he's drunk,
yeah.
not like a drunk
Being
maniac."
drunk, yeah.
And Michael Caine was like, and that's when I realized, like, oh, I get it now.
That's what acting is.
And I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. That like
Yeah.
your character's not proud of the fact that he's drunk.
Yeah.
He's got to
He's
hide
hiding
that.
it. Yeah.
I think about in Schitt's Creek one time before I had ever watched, I turned it on, and it was a conversation between Moira and somebody else, and I didn't know any of the context of anything, but I could just tell that they were sisters, just because of like the way that you talk to your sister is so specific, and I wasn't even like paying attention to the audio wasn't on. I could just tell based off the body language. I was like, oh, that might be the best acting ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
pick up on like familial
Yeah.
relationships
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
of the way they're acting. Yeah.
Wait, sorry, you guys.
No, keep going. I was gonna just bring up like other movies in general. but-
No, that's why I wanted you to go because I was
Oh,
going to
okay.
change the subject. So.
I have a problem with. There's this new thing going on streaming, where they are putting up movies that look like they're available and they're not. What the fuck is that about? Like it's right there with all like the little rectangle or square. And I was like, oh, The Long Walk is already out. I can't believe it. And you click on it and it says available for $24.99. And then I click on that. So like I see it and then there's a price and it says click and then you go to it and it says pre-order now.
that
like,
happened
what
with me
the
with Splitsville.
Fuck is that, man? It was that and
that also like
Sinners
definitely-
was another one where like at one point it was like on your screen, like on your not Sinners, Weapons. Like it just if a movie's not out, don't put it on the fucking. Don't make it look like you can put like coming soon or something like that. But when it's just like oh, there's another square next to all the movies that are available, or
Yeah.
shows that are available, and it's not, it drives me fucking insane. I was all excited to watch The Long Walk. I was like, I can't believe this is already. I mean, it gets stupid for me to think it's already on streaming, but stop fucking doing it.
I'm waiting for the first director that like it would have to be a level of PTA with Leo for this movie that's like I trust this movie so much I'm not putting it out on streaming for 2 years.
That would
You
be
know,
great.
like
You
that.
have to go
Like,
see
you
it
go
at
buy
the
a
Element.
DVD of it if you want. You're not going to do that. Go see it in theaters.
I
I'm
wonder
waiting
how
for that
much
day.
money-
That's
How much money do you think they make off streaming these days? Is it like
I wouldn't
is it
even
like
guess.
50-50?
I wonder if
like,
it's 50-50.
I think like you almost like have to, but if it's not,
that's a great idea. I
Yeah.
love that.
It'll never happen. They'll never allow it. You
Yeah.
won't be allowed to make the movie. If
you
that's what
you need to. It would be like an independent film, like and no movie studio would allow it. But it's sort of like, it's like you put out an album and it's like you have this is the order you're supposed to listen to it in. I guess you can't force people to do that, but
Right.
like other artists are like
This is how my art is supposed to be consumed.
right, and I'm not gonna it's like. I guess it's like making like duplicates of your art or something like that. It's like, no, you have to go to this gallery and see this thing.
Right.
I'm not just gonna send it to all
And
your houses.
and like those are artists like they're like the light is right on the
Right.
painting and like the music
studio,
is right like
yeah.
it obviously matters how something's consumed. And that I was thinking about that the other day when it's actually after One Battle After Another. Because I walked out of One Battle After Another, I thought that was fucking amazing, and then I thought in 3 weeks or 3 months, whatever it'll be, people will go, it's not as good. And you're like, yeah, there's a big difference between seeing this in a theater with 200 people who are jacked up to see it and like having that excitement versus sitting there going, I don't know, should we throw this fucking thing on? Like after you've been scrolling for 20 minutes, you're like, I don't know, people said this was good. Like it's just the way you approach it, the way you consume it is very, very different than
so little of people are going, like average movie watchers are going to the theaters now that a common promotion that they're doing is talking about the specs that in the cameras that they filmed it with.
Yeah.
Like the other day I watched for the Smashing Machine, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is sitting next to Ben Safdie for a promo video, and it's just Ben Safdie talking about like how he shot it in IMAX and
So
all the
that
different.
makes you feel you have to see it on
Because
the,
it's only nerds going to the movie theaters now, like movie nerds. And, like I
it's
care
really
about that.
down, huh? Maybe it's just because in this world, like I see you guys go to the movies like every fucking day, so I thought movies are like doing good, but I guess you guys are the vast minority.
I can't figure out what I think of movies because a part of me thinks that movies are gonna pop. Cause what made me think that is the Odyssey. They put the tickets on sale, and they all sold out in like a minute.
Yeah.
And I remember just seeing that on Twitter and just feeling very much like this is what it felt like for sneakers. Like I just felt like that vibe,
Sneakers?
like when sneaker drops, and like
yeah.
and like the cool kids were excited about sneakers,
Yeah.
and like the cool kids, at least again according to my internet, the cool kids were excited for the Odyssey, and I was like, it just feels like a sneaker type vibe to me. Who knows what happens?
You're saying that in a good thing or a bad thing?
Good, a good thing, like how sneakers felt like before StockX
like
popped up and all
shit.
that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
went
yeah.
crazy.
Right.
So like it feels like early sneaker days. I could absolutely be wrong, but like
I
it
was
just
gonna
has that
say
vibe
maybe
to
it's
me.
because of what Paz just talked about, but I feel like I hear more about the millimeters and the screen.
That's what
aspect
kind of the same
and
thing. Like sneakers
yeah.
were the same deal, where
Yeah.
like the technical aspect of it got popular,
Right.
and then like
But
cool
then-
people liked it, and then that
so,
made
like,
other people like it.
Sneakers goes mainstream, and there's probably more people than ever, but the moviegoers or the sneakerheads are like, they don't like that.
Yes.
So it might be, so you're thinking it's gonna become commercial, and you'll like that or not like that?
I'll be annoyed. I'll be someone in the gym in mid-January going, "Well, these fucking people, these guys aren't really about it."
Yeah,
You
it's the
know?
same thing. I always say like, as a sports fan, you want bandwagon fans.
Yeah,
It means
yeah,
the
yeah.
team's doing something good enough. Movies
I'll be
are a little
annoyed,
different.
but I'll be happy that like it's happening.
Yeah.
But again, like I don't know this is gonna happen. This is just a quick vibe. I'm not like predicting the future.
I do think it's hard. It's like any other media where it's like, yeah, you just like kind of consume things on your phone and in your house now, and it doesn't feel like you have to go. I feel like a Christopher Nolan or a Leo, like the big ones are still the big ones. I think it's the other tier that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will still always go to the theaters for those events. It's just that middle level of like, why would I?
But
you
also,
know?
like, I also feel like people are always so quick to like kill an industry
yeah.
where it's
Yeah,
like
it's not. It goes up and
Yeah,
down.
it
So
goes
it's like
ups
right
and
now you're having a
downs.
little bit of a downswing,
And,
but it
like,
doesn't mean that theaters are dead.
I've been reading this book. I've been reading it over a long period of time. I read it in little phases. But Oscar Wars, which is just about the history of the Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you a little something about Hollywood. It's been going out of business since it was started.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
There's always a reason,
every
yeah.
decade I'm reading, they're like,
Yeah.
it's like this saved Hollywood, and this was Hollywood was on a downtrend, and like it's gonna happen every decade forever. It'll still be here. People will still go to the movies. People still go to museums. Like
Yeah.
these industries
But
don't die.
I
They get a little
can-
smaller, sure, but
Like music is always around, but like streaming like really radically changed things. Probably like for the worse for the artist, but for the better for the consumer. So like I think movies are probably going through a similar thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how that shakes out. Where it's like,
but
like I don't think there are people out there being like, I'm not going to be a musician because streaming is just not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
You're gonna do
Yeah.
it.
You're gonna do
And
it.
I don't think there's actors going, I'm not going to put my art into this because people are going to watch it at home. They're like, you're still going to do it. So
You know what they should do? They should pump out the popcorn smell of the movie theaters, and I feel like that would bring more people in.
inside, just
Well,
like out front.
Yeah, out front, just like pop. Because when I walk by a
It's not the
subway,
worst idea.
it's not the worst idea. When I walk by a subway, oh my god, I salivate. Dog.
that smell, I would bottle it and put it in a cologne.
They do it to Kava too, and and like I get it more often because of it.
Wait,
you
they
walk
actually
by,
do that at Cobb?
they do that at Kava. And
You
it's
never
subway.
walk by the Kava downstairs?
And I think it's the
have.
most brilliant.
Walk by.
They pump
I
their
get
smell
it every
out.
time.
Really?
Are you
I
guys
agree.
fucking-
I
If
agree
we-
with the movie thing. I was just thinking about
Go
that.
take a little field trip.
I walk by that Cobb. I have a bad
Oh, wait,
sense of smell.
what do you like? What do you like? They have like a machine or something?
I don't know, but they have their
Some sort of
vents.
ventilation system where the smell of them cooking it goes outside. Like
goes
no
outside.
lie.
I think you guys are making this up.
No, go take a little
Field
walk.
trip.
No.
Kava.
I mean, I can understand that like you might be able to smell it, but are you telling me that like every Kava does this?
Yes,
They do it.
It's a marketing
yes.
tactic.
Yeah.
and when I
This
smell,
is like a thing that people have like
Boots on the
written
ground
about and
research.
talked
I
about, or
love
you're just saying
Kava. I
this?
go to Kava all the time to different locations. I try out different Kavas.
Subway started it. Yeah,
The Subway smell. Like
I try
I don't
out
care.
different Kavas.
Whatever. They're making their bread out of yoga mats. I don't know. Tastes great and smells great. I don't
yeah.
I
Oh my
was
god,
gonna say,
it's-
but the movie thing, people my age are going to movies more because people are like remembering it that it exists. People are like, oh, like there's nothing to do. Oh, we could go to the movies.
I feel like younger people talk to me about movies.
And I think it's kind of going along with like younger people drinking less. Like, what are they doing with all that time? Like, people are going in the movies.
They're starting to drink again, though.
Oh, of course.
Everyone just turned 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
drinking's the same thing. Drinking's not going anywhere, guys.
I think
this is the last generation. Drinking's gonna be just fucking
alcohol's gonna last.
Yeah.
I do think that it's again different. I think that like kids are microdosing ketamine.
Yeah.
It's like you want a beer, you want ketamine. I'll do this, but it ain't going anywhere. But I'm gonna research this kava thing. Imagine there's just like every kava has like this tube that just like shoots it out to the side.
I actually genuinely think that's what they do. I think they get it from the kitchen to the front. I'm not
Also,
sure
have you
on
seen the line? I guess you guys aren't
Kava.
familiar with
It's,
that.
I know Kava. I
Like,
go to
it's
Kava
like-
all the time. I just don't smell it.
It's like it's like
I get the sweet and sour Peterborough.
like for. But when I smell popcorn, I think movie theaters, and I think I want to go to the
that's part
movies.
of
I want to
the
be sitting down
experience.
in the movies.
I want like a 3-gallon bucket of soda.
Yeah.
You know, like the only time I ever eat Bunch of Crunch and popcorn is at the movie theater. With a gallon of soda.
Junior Mints.
They gotta start campaigning that like movie theater calories don't count. Like drunk
Yeah.
chicks don't count. Movie theater calories don't count.
Yeah.
They gotta start that.
You know what they should do is have like 2 versions of every movie. It's like if you go to you get like it's almost like your extended scenes or your whatever. It's like that's in the movie theater only.
Yeah.
That would actually make me, you can't like drastically change the movie, but like I don't know if there was like a really good battle scene or something that can elevate but not change the movie so much. You know what I mean?
There's a scene in this movie that I would cut out. There's a scene in One Battle After Another that I would cut and not give to people at home. Dude, in theaters, I was watching it. I at times I was like, do I have special needs? Like I was like up in my seat, like. At one point, I said, I went, this is so fucking cool.
But you know what? Okay, wait. Let me think of it. Let's think of this though. Like, I understand everything you're saying, but then there's television, which is never on a big screen. You know? And like, you can watch a TV show and be like, this is a masterpiece, and it's on your fucking 12-inch screen at home. You know what I mean? So it's like that stuff matters, but not totally. You know? Because there's shit that we consume at home that is like just as good.
For sure.
You know?
But a TV show would never attempt a scene like this.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so? You think that like?
I mean, like,
It's just that. Because I am a person like I don't really care about what you're describing. I understand that it still will impact me, but I don't. I've never really cared about like the CGI or the graphics or the special effects or the
CGI.
cinematography or whatever, or even using it. Like I don't, people get upset if they use too much of it, whatever. I'm just sort of like, if the plot is good and the acting's good and the story's there and like it looks good enough, like I'm good.
That's what's impressive about this, is that there is no like CGI or anything like that. Like this scene in particular is.
Can you say the scene?
Can I say? I'll say it to you. I don't want to say it to Pavs. I'll say it to you.
Oh, then it's
So wait, are you saying that it's no CGI, meaning everything they do is practical, or they just don't do big things in it?
No,
like
it's big.
All, okay,
It's big.
but it's big and
practical.
real. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like, I don't even know how they did it. It's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. Like, but like when you say like a TV show, like I'm picturing like The Office. Like
Yeah,
there are
but,
things like
like
True Detective that'll try like
Yeah.
a bigger set, like our Thrones. But those are like.
Yeah, like Thrones is a great example. They do like a fucking full blown movie.
But maybe it'd be
now.
like 20 times better if it was in the theater.
It would, it would be way better. Yeah,
Yeah.
like so, yeah, like, but even Thrones, like I don't know, I'm thinking of The Dark Knight, like that sucked or whatever that episode's called. Like I think that episode.
Oh
would've been
yeah,
cool
yeah,
in a
that's
theater.
terrible. Yeah.
Why don't they do TV theaters?
I don't know.
idea.
They should probably some HBO production type deal. But
I mean,
like,
I
they
would
lease it out on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
for sure. Like I wouldn't go to everyone, so maybe you just do like, but like if you could watch. Like when people started doing it for silly stuff, like the Love Island watch parties at the bar, like that's awesome. I did it. I've been on a crusade since 2005 or 6 or whatever. I watched the Mets at a movie theater once, and it was like the best experience of my life.
Okay.
And I've talked to the Mets, I've talked to theaters. I'm like trying to figure out how we could ever do that again. I don't know how it happened. It seemed like it was a one-time thing. It was like the most fun I've ever had because it was popcorn and the movie theater experience. But it was live, and like people were running up and down the fucking aisles, high-fiving and going crazy. And it's like, why don't we do more of this for all things? Like, put it all in.
Have
the
you ever
theater.
watched a movie in like Bryant Park?
No.
It's just lovely. You just think like, I just love humanity.
I did it with the Sandlot recently at my kid's school. They just
Yeah.
set up a projector in the parking lot. It was like, we should do this like every weekend.
Yeah.
It was awesome. But yeah, I mean the TV thing does make it weird for me, where it's like, well, that can be on a small screen, but this can't. But I guess if you're shooting and trying different things,
Well,
it makes it
yeah,
very
like
different.
most TV shows will never attempt what is
Right.
attempted in this movie. Like this movie's got some awesome battle scenes. It's really fun. I don't know. It's great. It's really, really great. You should go see it at the theater.
Saxx is the original pouch underwear. While everyone else is trying to do the pouches and the no ride up and the slick waistband and all that, Saxx has been doing it since 2006.
It's a long time.
Back when people were wearing like cotton tighty whities and briefs, these guys were in the game of trying to make your boxer briefs comfortable with a pouch for your dick and balls. This has been patented, the ballpark pouch technology, since 2006. Almost 20 years in the game of making comfortable underwear for men. Period.
The ballpark pouch. You ever just imagine this? Imagine that there was this angel walking around all day, holding your nuts in her hand, in their hand, whoever's hand, and it's just, I don't know. I got nut problems. I got nuts that.
Hey, bro, we all do.
Welcome to the party,
it's one
pal.
of the craziest things. It's like the most important thing that a male has to keep the human race going needs to hang outside of your body for temperature purposes. What? Why, God? Why? Saxx is basically fixing the mistakes that God made.
When you're in the Saxx, it's like a really talented waitress turning the corner. We're going, I got it.
They don't even spill.
Yeah,
They got a bunch of martinis.
Smooth.
Yep.
It's nice.
It's what are those called? Gimbals when you're filming and it doesn't move?
Yeah.
That's the Saxx pouch for you and your dick and balls.
Just sitting in that cradle. It's unbelievable.
It's the kind of underwear when you put it on, you notice it. You're like, oh my God, this is really comfortable. And like 5 hours later, you're like, I haven't even thought about my underwear all day. Because ordinarily you wear some old, ratty, uncomfortable underwear. It just like, it's on front of mind the whole day. This is just peaceful bliss where you don't have to worry about your dick, balls, and underwear. It's that comfortable, and once you try Saxx, you'll realize how bad that old underwear was, and you'll be a Saxx man for life. So upgrade your drawers and upgrade your day at Saxx.com. That's SAXX.com. SAXX to upgrade your comfort today.
I had two more things real quick. I watched the NFL game yesterday morning in Dublin. It's so funny doing the international shit now that we're like London was one thing where like
London's just New York over there.
Yeah, you can disappear in London, but
Right.
like the fact that we're in like Dublin and Galway and stuff like now, like 100,000 American football fans dropping
Descending
into
on your town.
It's like
Yeah.
you can't miss it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was just picturing 100,000 Packers and Raiders fans just showed up to Dublin for the weekend. You're like, this is 1/10 of our population. What the fuck is going on? Just these 400-pound people in cheese heads walking around. Like, this is insane. This is
Yeah,
nuts.
like it's almost like the worst like ambassadors you could have ever imagined. Like go spread the American way,
Yeah.
Wisconsin. I heard that some dude on the Steelers got robbed too.
Is
that true?
Yeah, but
Because I love to think of the idea of like some Irish goons being like, I don't know who this fucking guy is. Give me your wallet and your chain. Fuck you.
and that's funny you bring that up because when I was in Dublin, I was out with some of my friends who are from Dublin, and I was leaving, and I was like, all right, I'll catch you guys later. And they were like, "Oh, John's there. Wouldn't walk home at night." And I was like, "Boys, you guys don't even have guns.
Yeah.
I think I'll be all right. Don't you fucking worry about me." And I walked home and I was fine.
Yeah.
But like,
It's like, you know where I'm
dude, what,
fucking.
American? You're getting jumped over there? You're giving us a bad name, fellas. Like, the fuck's a guy gonna do to me over here? Like, literally, what's he gonna do to me? Hey, you. Give us your wallet. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And you keep walking.
I picture them like with a musket, if anything.
You're shoving like the gunpowder in. Seriously, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Give me your wallet.
It was very, I remember like looking at them stupefied. I was like, yeah, boys, I'll be all right.
I'm from America, man. We can't even send our kids to school.
Yeah,
without
yeah.
fucking
Dude, do you know
murder.
how long it takes me to go into an event?
Yeah.
Trust me, I can handle Main Street in Dublin just fine. And then one other thing I was thinking of. I actually have a bunch of things. I won't do them all. First of all, actually, I'll do 3 quick ones. 1, Clem. Shout out Clem. What a guy.
Why? Is there anything reason, or he's just the best?
Dude. Clem.
He's the man.
Clem was up in his neck of the woods. Went to a convenience store of sorts. Got himself a bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Thought they were the best bag he's ever had. So he had to go back, bought the whole rack, brought some to me. I honestly was very enthused. I was like, this is the nicest thing ever. But in my head, I was thinking, I've had every bag of SPKs.
No.
Like, whatever this is, I've tried them. It's very nice of Clem to do this, but it's not going to be a Sour Patch Kid I haven't tasted before. And then I ate that bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Really?
Dude.
It was so fucking good. They were like pregnant, kind of. You know what I mean? Like they were a little fatter. The kids had been pregnant. The kids are pregnant. And like they'd get in your mouth and it'd be a little, you kind of slide it between your teeth and it's a little wider than usual, You're kind of just sitting there, and then you'd bite down, and it would be this perfect gelatinous explosion in your mouth. Unbelievable. Jackie's like, I can't believe he just said gelatinous explosion.
I don't know what's more ridiculous is the passion he's describing it or the passion Clem described it. Because I saw this before it happened. He walked in. We were going to we had a Mets watch party, so that's why he was in the city. And he brought gifts for everybody. He had like a T-shirt for me and this guy for this guy. And he pulls out the Sour Patch Kids, and he was like, I went to this place the other day, and I got the perfect bag. And he started to describe it, and he was sort of like, you know what I'm talking about, right? And I was sort of like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I know when you have stale ones, I know that. But, like, great versus good, I don't know if I could distinguish. But the big fella can, And he was like, so I had to go back and get one. I was like, that is really the nicest.
Insanely nice.
Like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even know that happened or didn't happen, and everyone go about their life, but he made sure he did it, and then he delivered. It's like, yo, when it comes to snacks, don't fucking doubt the king.
Dude, it was a beautiful exchange of snack lovers because I had just come from the airport, and I was like, dude,
here's a hard-boiled egg.
Close. So I come to the airport,
ham.
And I was like, dude, it's great to run into you. You'll never guess what I just saw for the first time out in the wild. I saw the Reese's Pieces peanut butter Oreo collab.
Hey, I saw that. He goes, Feitelberg just gave me these.
And he goes, no way, I've been dying for one of those. I go, buddy, guess who got 2?
Oh, my God.
But then, now for this, I was admittedly high when I sent this text. But I as I got towards the end of this text, I was thinking in my own head, this is insane. But I sent Clem a text Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. I had just eaten the Sour Patch Kids. I went, dude, holy shit. I was honestly skeptical. How good could these be, I thought.
This guy wrote a little chapter book.
Then I opened the bag and my skepticism grew. They seemed a bit melted. Maybe the taste had been altered in transit. But then I bit into, and I say this without exaggeration, the best Sour Patch Kid I've ever eaten. I've never tasted anything like it. I'll cherish this bag as I cherish our friendship. Go Mets.
Motherfucker wrote a blog.
You start like texting everyone when you're
blog?
high, maybe.
It's like a limerick. It's not even like a blog.
I'm actually happy you put the disclaimer. Now, I was high for this.
Yeah.
'Cause that makes things a lot different. A little more understandable. That's crazy.
I was like halfway through it, and I was really high, and I was like, exactly like you. I was like, you're writing this like it's a blog. And then I was like, let's just go all in.
Put at the bottom, keep reading, bitches.
Yeah. When I wrote, I'll cherish this as I cherish our friendship, I was like, that's an insane sentence. But it's pretty funny. So
How do you respond?
he responded something very nice.
I'm sure. I mean, he's Clem. He is literally the
Yeah,
goat.
I'm not gonna read other people's texts. But he said
He
something
is
very nice.
literally the goat. He's like my favorite human alive.
So what happened? They just go like crazy on this batch of Sour
I
Patch
think it's
Kids,
just
or-
it's like a ripeness. I think candy has a ripeness.
It's
You think
certainly
it
a
was something
ripeness,
about
but
the transit?
there was
Or if
definitely
it sits on the
it
railing
got
for
cooked
too
a little
long.
different than it usually does. Because when you open the bag, you can tell this isn't a normal bag of SPK. They were like a little, you know how like, you can usually see the granular sugar on them. You couldn't really, kind of had a shine. to 'em.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like it had
You
melted.
think they
a
were
bit.
old?
Gelatinous.
Old but not stale? Like you gotta hit that sweet
I
spot?
kind of want to say they were
I
on
mean,
the
it
older
kind of
end.
is like, it's like a banana. It's like, you don't want them in green, you don't want them in brown, you gotta give them in the
Yeah.
yellow. I think you got them when they're yellow.
Maybe they were like
and
sitting on a vent.
or I think it's rare though. It's like, they send a bajillion bags out there, and some of them are probably, by the time you get to them, probably
Yeah.
all stale. You gotta hit that sweet
Yeah.
spot.
Oh, if people don't know this about candy, candy has a very fickle ripe and ready. Like
certainly with chocolate, you get that crumbly chocolate. Terrible.
Sometimes it gets a little white to it.
Right.
I'm
or if it like melts and then refreezes, kind of like
peanut butter cups will get you like that all the time.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's like watching a movie at the theater. It's like you gotta consume it the way it's intended to be consumed.
You can only eat at the Reese's factory.
Honestly, we should. Have you ever done something like that?
No, that would be
Like, when people like drink Guinness at the factory, they're like, oh, it's like mother's milk or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I would love a fucking
Fresh off the-
even just like a plain Hershey bar, which doesn't even vary that much, but like fresh off the Hershey bar conveyor belt. Like, maybe it just hits that different. I would love to do that.
That would be. Go to the Twix factory. I'm go left.
Yeah, man. Like a fresh after they drizzle that like the caramel and then put the coating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the commercial, when they put the brrr and then you see it like pour over the sides. I want that right then and there.
Is Hershey's or is Reese's? Does Hershey's own Reese's?
Oh, actually, we're gonna be in Hershey, Pennsylvania in like a month.
I was about to say I've been to the factory there. It's good.
Really?
You can go to Hershey. Like you can go to the factory.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. We're all going, right?
Where? We?
Hershey.
Who?
I mean, one of the Burt shows is in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Can we go to the chocolate factory?
Oh my god.
And then I got one more thing. Last show we did not last show. You said something that has stuck with me, and I've been thinking about it a lot.
Jackie, me? Sorry.
Now you said two things that are gonna stick with me for a while.
What did Jackie say? Jackie said what?
That crazy
Ricky
say.
Henderson over here.
What's Jackie say?
Jackie's always saying some shit. I don't know.
No,
was it
told
her?
me-
Yeah.
Yeah. You told me I'm more opinionated than I used to be.
Yeah.
And I've thought about that a lot because I don't think of myself as opinionated. And I think I think opinions don't matter. And so I just say what's on my mind. I don't think I would not consider myself opinionated, but I just say what I think.
In your opinion, you don't.
In my opinion, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not opinionated.
I think I've been thinking about it a lot.
Really?
Because when you said that, I was like, I'm not opinionated.
Were you offended?
I wasn't offended. I was just like, I wouldn't have thought that about myself.
Would you say the same?
I think yes, but maybe with like the extra wrinkle is you're just more convicted. You have more conviction in your
You
opinions.
seem like a lack of fear about anybody who opposes your opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's true because I think that comes with less social media. That I used to think of opinions as like something that had
Also,
to
that
be,
just comes with age and like I think early on at Barstool, you're like worried about people liking you and making
For
sure
sure.
your opinion lines up with them and lines up with Dave and blah 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 blah. And you grow out of that and you get rid of social media. That's a recipe for just like
like when I was online all the time, I always thought of like an opinion was something like that had to be crafted and formed, and you had to present it to the public. Whereas now, it's
Oh,
just
you know
like,
what else is a
I
big
don't know,
part
it's
of
just
that?
what I think.
For you specifically, also like, not you specifically, you do this. Everyone should do this. It's a lot easier to just let your opinions fly if you're willing to say you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem being like I was kind of like I was so wrong on my initial opinion of Jimmy Kimmel, but I was like, all right, I'll just make a video saying that.
Yeah.
Like I was wrong, now I'm right, and that actually recently happened for me. Like I've been that way, but I really came to terms. I don't know why this happened, just age or whatever. I am like, not that I don't care, but I don't care about being embarrassed or being wrong or egg on my face or whatever. Like I don't. I used to say I don't care. I don't care now.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that makes a big difference. The ability to just be like, oh, I do see what you're talking about.
Yeah, we just
Or,
go.
oh, I was
hadn't
wrong.
thought of that.
Yeah.
Like here's what I think.
I don't know why
You
that's
think
so
that?
hard for
Like,
people to do, but it cripples like everything. Because then you are a little gun shy, or you either one or the other. You either scream it so loud so people don't disagree with you, or you just bowl over them, or you don't say it at all. It's easier to just be.
Is what I've found
Real.
where it's just like you can't have a right opinion. So it's just like I'm reporting what I've heard in my experiences, just what
Or my emotions
what
or
I've
feelings
heard
or whatever,
living
yeah.
out in the world. You report what you've heard. We'll figure it out in between.
Yeah.
Like,
You know
like
what-
and we can't figure it out if I'm not being honest with you. If I'm not telling you what I'm really experiencing, then we can't figure it out. So like I have to do my part and say what I've seen out there. You do your part, say what you've seen.
So nobody
and
does it.
It's actually like nowadays I realize seriously nobody's right in their opinion, or there's no right. Like everyone just has different takes on it.
Because everyone's. I obviously I know I think of social media as a lot of the ills of the world, but like I think people are. You find your tribe on social media, and then you try and fit all your experiences into that box to be in that tribe. and it's not going to work. It never works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually think I'm slightly more confident in my lack of opinions, and my lack of being opinion. Like even like
That's
with the
what
Jimmy Kimmel thing, when we were talking on the podcast, people were shitting on me because like for the first like 20 minutes, the only thing I said was yeah, like 200 times probably, because I didn't want to like speak on something that I'm not informed about.
Yeah, that's totally cool too. It's
Yeah.
like to just be like, I don't really know. you
Yeah,
know?
so I'm
Like,
just gonna hit you
people-
with yes
But
and
what
let you go
sucks
off.
is like people will judge you for that or whatever, and it's like we need to get to a point where you can say I don't know or I was wrong, and that doesn't mean like
But those people are wrong.
Yeah.
The people who were judging you are wrong.
Yeah.
So like, who cares if they come around? Like
Yeah.
they were wrong.
I mean, they're not wrong. Like I said, yeah, a lot. But like,
But
I
they're-
would rather say that than speak on something that I don't actually have an opinion, or that I don't actually know. I'm not informed about and don't have
I
informed.
put Jack
opinion
in a
yet.
tough spot on that one. That was
But I mean, I don't care because I wanted to hear your opinion, and then I just said I was listening on a podcast when you say yeah, it's not the best. But
yeah,
But
but it
listening's a
is.
good thing
I was
to
gonna
do.
say there's like more people that should, myself included, everybody should just like listen a little more than spout off. Or if you do spout, like I think your point is the correct one. It's like yeah, you can spout off, whatever. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
I guess certain things it's a little irresponsible or whatever. But like I don't know. That's you putting more stock in. When you realize your own insignificance is when you can kind of
Yeah.
That
relax.
I
you know?
didn't voice that.
Yeah.
Yes. Like who gives a fuck what my opinion
Mm-hmm.
is?
Yeah.
Like yeah, sure, I'll tell you. Do what you want with the information, but like I'm not expecting it to matter to you.
And this just happened to me too. It was in a different. It wasn't like about opinions on the internet, but it was something recently. Fuck, I can't remember what it was. But I coming to the conclusion that I'm insignificant, like helped in a way. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like not insignificant enough. It's like I know I'm significant enough that there are people who want to hear my opinions and all that. We have our podcast, we have our videos. So it's not like zero, but it's also like I'm not gonna. Oh, you know what it was? This is how I justified going to Saudi Arabia for $10 million. But I genuinely think there's like some truth to that. Is like I don't know. Like certain people probably, if you go over there, it's too big of a deal and not worth the money. But like I am so insignificant. I am not affecting the relations in the Middle East and their the way they run their country even 0.001%. And the world's going to keep going that same way. And if I just had like a bag of money that I could do good things with because of that, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I certainly understand the other side of it. Don't get me wrong. But
I actually
nothing's going to change there.
sorry to interrupt, and you're 100% right. I think that's also something that has made me easier to share my. Again, I don't ever think I'm sharing my opinion, but like the other side's right too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was. I feel like again when I was on social media all the time, there was a right and a wrong, and like if you talk to a person, they have a pretty reasonable argument every time. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get why you think that way. I understand your experiences. Like,
were saying.
Yeah.
Like we said on the last podcast, like even if they're wrong, you have to understand that they think they're right.
right.
It's like the guy like talking about you have to act. Your character's hiding it, so act that way. It's like it sounds inherently wrong, and maybe it even is. But if you were to walk a mile in their shoes, they'd be like, "I think I'm doing the right thing here."
right.
And
Like-
then you can at least meet them on that middle ground of like, you're dead wrong about why, what it is, but the why I understand.
Yeah,
you know?
like if you're just talking to a person, almost every time I've been like, I get your logic. I think you're wrong, but I
Yeah.
get how you ended up like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're just screaming online, you're never gonna take the time to.
right, because it's
Think
not a
that.
person.
Right.
It's not like that's what the internet is. It's dehumanizing everyone.
It's also-
and again, like I don't mean it like it's some grand scheme and it's all intentional, but like when you're looking at an internet comment, you're not thinking that's a human.
Also, it's like literally not human.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if these things are true or not? But there was like a headline that said they think there was some forensic study. Whatever.
It's one out of
80,
six.
80, yeah, it was like 80% is like fake or
Yeah,
something like that. It's like,
I've-
up
I've-
to 80% possible. It's like
I've read
I
a different
promise
one,
you-
but it was the same thing. It was like of angry comments, 1 out of 6 were human.
yeah.
And the other 5
Right,
were
so
AI.
it's-
And it was like, I actually don't even really know what it is. I just heard it said before, like the dead internet thing. I'm starting to think that's got a real possibility.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because like everything is fake.
Yeah.
Everything's fake. And once you realize that, you're like, who gives a shit about this? This is so dumb.
Getting to that point of like even like I've been off Twitter mostly because of the Mets, but like everything that came along with it. And it used to be like I needed Pabs to change the password to like because I will go back on. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I think I've just like reached the point where I've
fully left it behind. Don't care, don't miss it. But all of these things you're talking about, whether it's like staying off of social media or getting on social media and sharing your opinion or whatever these decisions are, like it really comes down to the confidence to do so. You know what I mean? Like I'm just confident enough that it's like, I don't need that. That's bad for me.
Yeah.
It used to be like, I need to be on there because, well, I got to grow the following and how am I getting my opinions out there? And it's like, this does not matter.
Right.
And it's, again, it's one thing to say it. It's another thing to really mean it.
For a decade. Like, I really think, I look back on myself and like, I really think I was really addicted to the internet.
Yeah.
And I think it really messed up like how I thought and it messed up my emotions and all kinds of shit. And there were plenty of other things that I wasn't doing good, but like, I really think that really messed me up. And like, for 10 years straight of doing that is
bad. There's gonna be a generation. I mean, we're the extreme, but everyone's feeling that in some way. And man, the study that's gonna come out, 20 years from now is like, it's such a weird like love-hate thing. It's like, I love the internet, but I hate the internet. I need the internet, but I don't want the internet. It's a very back and forth thing for me.
I found social media, and again, everything is just my own experience with it. But like, I found it to be so. Whereas when we learned about the internet as kids, it was like endless possibilities. The world is open. The world is your oyster. You can find anything. I found it to become a very binary experience. Where there was only a right and wrong, and everything had to be one of two choices.
Yeah.
And so it actually ends up being like an incredibly world shrinking thing, where like if everything has to be between two choices, it's not a very big world you're giving yourself an opportunity to live in there.
But then I also think about like a band who did RC Drive have like a big internet, like there are people who like their dreams come true because of the internet.
Oh, of
you know
course.
What I mean?
And we're like, two of them.
Right. And then I think what happens is like you almost start to, I don't want to say take it for granted because there's a lot of negative that comes with it that it's very justified to be like, I'm not doing that, you know? But once you've benefited from it, it's then easier to be like, I don't need this in my life anymore. It's like there are people who are like, I need to do this. I gotta
keep doing it.
Yeah. And then you'll hopefully make it one day, and 10 years from now, you'll hate it too. It's like, it's kind of like the natural cycle of it. But reaching that point of genuinely like, the only thing that sucks is there's not like an alternative, I guess you could be like, I'm going to go write like a tangible book or something like that. Yeah. I said tangible 50 times this podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I said it like
I know.
I just said it right now. I really didn't need to say that, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm doing it again."
I know the spot you're in. I've thought that a million times. About my own words. I have not been noticing.
I think at least 5.
Oh, really? I actually think it's probably less binary. I feel like the past few months I've thought there's so many opinions that exactly what you're saying. Like, there's not even a right or a wrong anymore.
Yeah.
But that could be wrong. Maybe. But I'm just kind of, I don't really take any bad comments as bad anymore.
I did like, I anchored on that.
Yeah.
I would like on anything negative, I would just fucking anchor on it, and I would never. And it wouldn't even have to be about me. It would just be like a negative thing I read that day, and I don't do that anymore.
And like the feeling or need to like prove someone wrong or argue your point.
Yeah.
Like when you feel that way, you kind of need to go through it. Like, yeah, all right, just like fire off 50 tweets at that person or whatever, and then when you reach a point of like, this is. I used to say like reading comments and doing all that stuff. You're going to be a worse employee here, which means you're going to make less money and have less success. Are you really willing to do that? You're going to like let your
but you feel like you're working. Like I honestly, God, I feel like I
feel like I'm not working
for the last 2 years. I've felt like I'm working less than I have in my past.
Right,
which
that's
is
not
insane.
Yeah,
because like I'm
you're working more,
working harder.
But it just feels like we reached a point where it's like you have to be up on and commenting on every single thing when it happens. And if you're not doing that, you're like failing or slacking. And it's like, and there is a world.
I think that's why it's so easy to fall into, because you feel like I felt like I was working.
Yeah,
I was on Twitter all day, every day.
But you also were like in a way, but it's just not as a good use of your time.
Yeah,
it's like you're putting like something on the table. Like I'm sure a couple storylines and blogs came out of it, an argument with Dave, whatever. It's like, all right, that was work, but it's a lot better to stop doing that and go make a television show. It's a lot better to stop that and go do something that's like you're proud of, So, but it's something I don't think I could even tell someone else, certainly like someone younger, like don't do this. Like I think you got to do it.
Yeah.
And I'll see you at the finish line when you're like sick like me. You know what I mean?
I also recommend smoking cocaine. I got a lot of recommendations that aren't gonna be good for you, but you're
gonna make your own mistakes.
You're gonna have a good time, bud.
Do you guys know like what an ego death is?
What's that?
Yeah. Ego death, like type thing.
Heard you mention
but like based off or in terms of doing like ayahuasca or something. I'm always curious if because then it's apparently like you learn your insignificance, and you're just kind of like, all right, nothing matters, and it makes everything better because you learn that nothing matters. But I also feel like I need all the ego I can get.
I think going
So I
the other
can't tell if it'd
direction
be
is a
good for
little
me.
dicey too.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I think you become like a too hippy dippy like we're all gonna die, so who cares? It's like
Yeah,
well, you
yeah.
still have to like behave a certain
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
be a good person, and like be an interesting person. To just be like I don't matter, so I don't think about anything, and I can't have a discussion or a debate or whatever. Like then you're not gonna learn, you're not gonna grow, you're not gonna be, So I think like lack of ego is like really important, but like having some ego is almost equally as important.
Yeah, like I could see for the greater good of everyone, if everyone just realized your opinion doesn't actually matter, that would be good. There should be like, if you're commenting too much, you have to smoke a little bit of ayahuasca. But then if you don't,
You're in a like a hallucinogenic timeout.
yeah.
You need to do this and change, be
Yeah.
different. Last, anything else? I'm just looking at.
Oh, I got one more. This is just a shout out. Shout out Jordan Jenson.
Shout out
Jordan Jenson.
Special's great.
What?
Special.
Yeah.
Great.
She's so funny.
Really, really like I loved the like I like the comedy. Obviously was incredibly funny because Jordan's incredibly funny, but like I like the direction of it. I like they were like there would be like slow zoom ins on some jokes, and then like it would hit at the punchline. And I was like, that wasn't good. Like, it was. I think comedy kind of had its peak, and it's kind of been on the down. And I think I think for like 4 years we were like, these guys are the best, and then we were like, maybe we shouldn't let them pick the president. And then the kind of it feels like people have stopped talking about comedy as much as they used to. And I haven't seen a special,
Which
saw.
I hate for someone like Jordan, who it's like Jordan is so funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people will be like, she's the funniest female comedian. And I get that, but like she's just like the funniest comedian.
Her
Period.
closing bit in this, like everyone should have to go watch it. It was really, really, really great. But the whole thing is unbelievable. But whatever. But this is the first thing I've seen since I feel like comedy went on. Like again, it's not a downtrend,
but it's like worthy of talking about.
It's just it was the most important thing in the world for a little while.
Right.
It's not that anymore. So the first one I've seen like since then that I was like, oh, that's special. Because there was a time where like there was 10 specials coming out a week.
Yeah. And everyone was like, analyzed and discussed and talked about and propped up. And it's like, yeah, okay.
This is special. Go, it's on Netflix. Go. It's great. It's so funny.
I was just saying the theme of this episode is every industry's down because people overanalyze sports.
Yeah, we went too far with it. We went too far with all of it.
Music, all this.
Yeah, everything you love is dying.
Because everyone's getting too nerdy about everything.
Yeah. That's true. It's a great point.
You don't really matter. Just be a normal person and it'll all work out. I promise you. That's all you got to do. Just stop. Good to go.